The guru is live.
Good morning. We have a fun topic this morning. The topic is homes that smell. And I'm not talking always bad smell. There's all kinds of smells. If you're, right now, we're in a seller's market and everyone says, well, everything sells. You don't have to do anything. Well, hold on just a minute. There's a way to get a better price and build your business better than you ever thought it could have been. Let's build that business this morning. We're talking about homes that smell and what we can do about it, and we're going to dig into it right after this announcement.
So, Rod, what does it mean? 7 minutes to a new career.
Well, in 7 minutes, we can have a cup of coffee, we can talk career goals, and how we're going to help you make the biggest career move in your life.
That's right. There's a lot of things that Mountain Hood Realty has to offer, and Rod is a ball of energy.
I love the career, and I want to share with you my passion for building your business bigger than you ever thought it could be.
Come spend 7 minutes with us. We look forward to it.
Talk to you soon.
The guru is back.
Okay, we're talking smells in homes this morning. Grab yourself a cup of coffee. Something I love in the morning is the smell of fresh coffee. That doesn't mean everybody does, but I certainly love, you grind your coffee in the morning, and I use a mocha pot. That's M-O-C-K, mocha. M-O-K-A, as I misspell it in the morning, M-O-K-A, mocha pot, to make some espresso. I love the smell of coffee in the morning, but we need to be keenly aware of the smells that most people like and most people would find attractive, and the smells that most people would find not attractive and they don't want. Even if they do the thing that causes it, they may not want the smell in the home. So let's hit the easy one, smoking. Smokers, I'm not against you at all. But smoking does cause a smell in homes that lots of people find obtrusive. They find it not so good. So the nice thing is we can do something about it. We can paint the inside of the house. You can paint over most of those smells. You can get rid of, you can subdue it. You can have your carpets shampooed, washed. You can fix a lot of this with not a lot of labor. So thinking about what you can do early on to subdue the smells that people don't like is really important, because we're in that seller's market where we have very few sellers and tons of buyers. That doesn't mean you're not going to deal with smells. Bad smells can drive the price of a home down because you get rid of the people that really want the home and will make a bidding war and go up. Instead of just, ho-hum, I think maybe I'll bid on that stinky home. Well, that's not what you're looking for. Even in a seller's market, we have to be savvy with our advice, savvy with our strategies. And part of our strategy is being honest with our sellers at times to say, look, you've got pets in the home. And by the way, your guru loves pets. I mean, for goodness sakes, I have a working dog. He's a guide dog, got from the Guide Dogs of the Blind. They are absolutely wonderful. But I also have two little ones. They're little pets. They're like little 10-pounders. One's a little Bichon. I don't know if we have a picture we can throw up. The little Bichon. His name is Louie. He's absolutely wonderful, but he's a pet. Now, luckily, the Bichons don't come with a lot of smell, but they can still bring things in that have smell to them. Now, we have another one, and it's a terrier. It's a Cairn Terrier. Think about Wizard of Oz and the little dog called Toto on Wizard of Oz. I know this is dating me a lot, but this show Wizard of Oz and the movie Wizard of Oz and Toto, well Marbles, our little Karen Terrier, is a twin to that dog. Just like her, same breed, but they also come with their own smells. Of course, they are pets. And they have their own smells. And by being around them, we become numb to it. The smell often becomes neutral to us as the people that live in the home. But you're coming to visit with the owners to sell their home. And you've got to have that honest conversation about pets and smells in the home, because you're looking to get the best price for them and not leave $1 on the table. And by doing this with great negotiation and great advice, you are going to prove your knowledge, skills, and abilities to the homeowner, and you're going to earn something. And that is, you're going to earn repeat business and referral business by doing exactly this type of advising. It's hard, though. It can be hard to approach people with this kind of advice, because you always think to yourself, no one wants to hear it. But now let's move to another category that is a harder category that we could be dealt with the two easy things early on. Smokers' pets. We all know those items come with smells in the home. What about kitchen odors? Oh, now we're getting touchy. Kitchen odors, that can be tough because people are cooking things that they love. There are things that we can cook that the majority of the population do like the smell. Think about an apple pie. Most people, I'm not saying you, but for goodness sake, most people like the smell of an apple pie. A chocolate chip cookie, a cake. Most people like these smells. I had mentioned coffee. I think most people, particularly in the Northwest, like the smell of coffee. One moment. Excuse me. But there can be other kitchen smells that aren't so nice. Now, let's talk about something that your guru likes. I love sauerkraut. Sauerkraut is this wonderful thing. My wife hates it. She doesn't like the smell of it. She doesn't want it around. And a whole lot of people don't want the smell of sauerkraut around. The fact that I like it, it's one of those things. I like that kind of thing with the vinegar and all that goes into it. But I wouldn't have that smell cooking in the kitchen, or the smell of boiled beets. Boiled beets often give out a smell. People don't like it. It doesn't bother me, but people don't like those smells. They become obtrusive to them. It becomes something that's not so pleasant. But those are foods that people eat. And there are foods that people eat that are they're not going to be found to be so good. But what about spoiled foods? Kitchens can have spoiled foods. And you need to walk through the kitchen area of the home that you're going to sell. Take a good look around. Is there some fruit off in the corner that's slowly spoiling? They get the gnats. It looks bad. And it comes with a smell. Unfortunately, rotting fruit has a smell to it. Other foods that are rotting, not so good. Rotting foods often bring upon bad smells. But here's the nice thing. We can do something about it easily. Get rid of it. Get rid of the old food. Get rid of the bad, spoiling food. It's not a secret. You probably think that the guru has some kind of secret sauce on what to do about the old food. Yeah, here's the secret. Get rid of it. You just dump it. You have to advise people. You're not trying to waste their money. But others will not find those scents to be wonderful. Let me take another sip of my coffee. A smell, again, that I love. Now, another touchy subject here is the strong scent of spices. Some spices, and I'm not even going to try to list them all, but some spices are warm and inviting. Think of the warm Christmas spices. Those spices are often warm and inviting. You know, the nutmeg, even though they can become overwhelming right away. Now, I have a baking past as a professional baker, candy maker, confectioner. I understand the spices, but some can be very obtrusive. Think of cloves. I tend to like a little clove. It makes me think of Christmas and some of the drinks that call for clove. But you can overdo clove rapidly. And there's many spices that can be overdone fast. And spices can be harsh. And they stick with people. And you don't want an image of the home with a harsh spice. It's hard to clean a home out in a short period of time that has a harsh spice. You know, a fan blowing through the kitchen to the out of doors doesn't really do it so well because the spice tends to get on things and it sticks around. All right, but now something a little easier, something that can be fixed in 30 minutes. Dirty dishes. Dirty dishes, two things. Number one, it's an image that you don't want your buyers looking at. You're trying to help your people get the best dollar for their home ever. You don't want the image of dirty dishes. But more than that, dirty dishes, we all know this. They can come with a smell. Smells are a big deal. They have an imprint on our brain as to how we feel about something. Just like the other aesthetics of the home, the imagery that's around in the home, the furniture that's around in the home, the artwork that's in the home, even though it doesn't stay in the home when the people leave, it has an imprinted image on our brain of the buyer as to what they feel like they can do with the home. This is why in the holiday time, I always tell people, don't take your home off the market. This is the time to showcase your home with holiday decorations because you are imprinting on their brain what the home would look like for them and their family during a holiday period. It's a wonderful time to market homes, particularly when people are pulling their homes off the market. All right, dirty dishes. This is an easy fix. Simply clean the dishes. So I've offered for lots of people, let me go and just clean your kitchen. Let me clean your dishes for you. I've never had someone actually take me up on it. You know, okay, I'll get it clean. You know, it's the offering sometimes that brings about the change. And that's ultimately what you're trying to do is bring about the change of the clean kitchen. The kitchen is a focal point. It's a focal point for people. They want to know about the kitchen, what the amenities of the kitchen are. And if they walk in and they see a dirty kitchen, they're not going to be happy. They're going to want to bid the house down because the mental imprint, remember, if this is a psychological game to some level, the mental imprint is that, well, we would have to do a lot to change that. When really, it could have been changed in 30 minutes. Wash the dishes. Garbage. Take out the garbage. Don't have any garbage in the house. And I don't mean just the kitchen, but certainly kitchen garbage can smell. Kitchen garbage probably among the worst in the house. It can smell. Remember back at the pets thing? You probably have, if you have a cat, you probably have litter. There's probably a litter box there. If you have dogs and you pick up the waste, and which we always do, you probably have a special garbage disposal, and it's probably outside, but if it's inside, you want to make sure these garbage disposals are cleaned out, that the cat litter is cleaned out. You want these things fresh. Mostly you want them pushed away, that people aren't being bothered by them at all. But we know you can't, you're still living in the home. Your person is still there. So you can't get rid of everything. But you can get rid of the raw garbage. You can get rid of the canister that holds the cat waste. All of that process can be gotten rid of, and it will absolutely help the smell. Now let's talk about some things that will help the smell of your home, but you've got to be careful with them. They have these plug-in, like the little Glade plug-ins, and there's a lot of different products for them. I'm not promoting one over another. There's a lot of these products. You plug them in and you can choose an oil scent that heats up and permeates the house. Now, be careful you don't overdo it, because once again, this is like a spice and you can overdo the scent. But having a nice, pleasant scent in the home helps. That's why people bake pies. That's why people bake cookies for open houses, because it brings on a scent that is pleasant and people actually like it. All right, shoes. Now, there are families that take their shoes off before you walk in the front door, and those shoes are on the outside of the door, sitting out there, and often stinking. I appreciate the fact that the shoes are not in the house stinking. That's wonderful, but now they're outside the house, right at the front door. You need to have those removed. You don't want someone, a buyer, stepping up to the house and the first scent they have before they walk in the door, a bunch of stinky shoes. That's not what you want. And it's fine that you live your life that way. That's everyday living. But when you're selling something, this is about promotion and presentation. We're in the game here of sales. People tend to forget that we are actually in sales. Would you want to buy a car that had mud all over it and looked bad and stunk? Or would you want to buy the same car that's all cleaned up? Of course, it's the same car all cleaned up. Well, we're doing the same thing with a home. We're cleaning it up. And the shoes on the outside of the door, not so good. You step inside, a lot of people keep the shoes just on the inside. Same problem. Now, it's okay to have a display of a pair of shoes or something sitting there, but let's make sure the shoes are not stinky. Let's make sure. I have a farm out in the Corbin area, and we have barn shoes. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, and many of you do, there's the shoes you wear to go out to the barn. And they're not the shoes that you're going to go and show a home with or meet clients or go to the office. These are the barn shoes. And those shoes will often sit on the deck outside of the door, because you don't want to bring these shoes in. I promise you, you don't want to bring your barn shoes into the house. But at the same token, I don't even want them on the deck for showings. I don't want them there. All right, laundry. Laundry is another area that can be hidden smells. Yeah, I get this. This is sensitive. Some families have piled up laundry, and they have laundry day once a week or something, because that's when they have time to do it. I understand. Large families, and they try to do their laundry, multiple loads in one day or something, but throughout the week, the laundry piles up. Well, this piling laundry, number one, looks bad. Number two, can smell, because it's used laundry. I'm not trying to waste anything here. I'm just saying, before showings, let's make sure that we clean up the laundry area because there is a scent to dirty laundry. And if the laundry sits there too long, we all know it can also have mold. It can have problems with the laundry itself. Okay, let's slow down here a little bit. Let me get a sip of coffee. I hope you're having a great morning. By the way, take a moment and like the show. It makes me smile in the morning to know that you just taken a moment and hit that like button. Okay, sipping the coffee. Also, give me a comment. I'd like to know, how have you dealt with smells in a home that you're going to list? Or how have you dealt with smells in a home that you've taken a buyer to and they have talked to you about that the home had a smell that they did not like? How did you deal with that conversation? What were the problems with the conversation? You're looking at the house and saying, "Wow, the house is worth $400,000," and they want to bid it down because it had the smell of sauerkraut. It had some obtrusive smell that they did not like. How have you dealt with this problem with your client? Would love to hear from you in the comments about this. This is a tough conversation to get around, particularly when the mental imprint is negative and the people are wanting to bid the home down because of it. Also, over on YouTube, and the link to YouTube is right down here in the banner, just right down here. Go to that link and click the subscribe button. By clicking the subscribe button, you will open up the Guru members only events where we help you build your business even deeper, more focused on building your business. And it'll give you notices to our newest videos and our latest trainings. Okay, let's move to our next piece here, and that is messy rooms. Messy rooms, it's kind of like the laundry problem. There's things thrown all over the place, and messy rooms can have hidden smells. You don't know until you start uncovering the messy room. When all of a sudden your teenager, left a bowl of something they were eating, oatmeal or something, over in the corner, and it slowly is molding. But you don't know that until you uncover it to find out what the messy room fully has in it. And picking on teenagers take a hard rap on this messy room stuff. It's definitely not only teen. It can be anybody can have a messy room, by the way. Anybody can have it. But those of us who've been parents know that often teenagers, it's a learning process. They also can certainly be the culprit of a messy room and hidden food and things that are just around in the room. So messy rooms need to be dealt with. Clients that are coming in to buy your home don't want to see that. They don't want to see the messy room, and they certainly don't want to smell it. Bathrooms. Oh boy, here we go. Bathrooms are tough because bathrooms have smells all of their own. Just like the kitchen area, the bathroom often in a closed-in area that often has its own sense to it that can be difficult to deal with. So bathrooms, you've got to take time, clean them up. You've got to wash the floors because the floors themselves, the tub, the shower, the mildews, the things that are encapsulated within a bathroom and a shower area can be difficult, and you need to spend some time. You may have to offer some help to your sellers by bringing in someone that can help them clean a bathroom, depending on their abilities. We recently were selling the home of a senior, and they simply didn't have the ability. So we offered to bring in a cleaner, a person that would clean the bathrooms and the kitchen for them. This can be some hard work. I mean, the bathrooms, let's just be honest. It can, for any of us, these areas get used heavily and it's wet. So, of course, it brings in the mildews and those types of smells. Tough to keep up with, but an area that, once again, families are interested in kitchens, and then families are interested in bathrooms, and then, of course, it's the bedrooms and the living areas. But these are two critical areas that people are focused in that can also put people off due to the smell. Very tough areas to deal with. All the soaps and the cleaners that tend to be stored, and the lotions. So you have a variety of things going on. All right, mold and mildews, very tough. Molds can live anywhere in your house. They can be in the attic. They can be underneath the house. They can be in a windowsill. They can get into a wall. You may have to have an inspector look for things. If you have a home that is smelling with mold, it needs to be dealt with before you waste your time and have buyers come in the home and discover it and then want to bid the home down, because mold is a big no-no nowadays. I mean, people are afraid of mold, and for good reason. There's all the allergies that go along with mold. It can be a very bad thing. So mold needs to be dealt with, number one, because of the damage it causes. Number two, because the smell and how much fear there is in the market on mold. You really have to deal with the mold issues. Okay. You really have to fix things around the house. However, you might want to have an estimate of how easily can things be fixed. Many things can be fixed. Like I say, washing the dishes, 30 minutes, you can wash a lot of dishes. 30 minutes, you can pick up a messy room. But if you're dealing with mold and things, you may actually have to have someone come in and take a look at what is the cost of repairing such a thing. A short amount of time can save your seller a lot of heartache and can keep the price going up instead of down. This is smart strategizing for selling a home, is getting the correct scent. You are managing the scent of the home. You are managing the condition of the home, and you are managing the eventual negotiation of the home for its final sale. This is Real Estate Daily. I'm your real estate guru. Today we've been talking about the scent of the home and how we want to make sure we're not leaving $1 on the table. I'll be talking to you shortly.